Tighten up those belts. It's time to go. Wheels up. Do you understand what's going on?
No. Walk me through it. Yeah, I do. I'm good. Yeah, let's go.
All right, I'm going to open, throw it to you, and then we'll go into racing news. Also, if you guys have a beer... Oh, you're already on it? Yeah. Thank you.
Get like two ready.
Yeah. Welcome to Wheels Up Wednesday, Season 2, Matt. It's already gotten off to a pretty good start. Episode 3 already.
Yeah.
Pretty busy weekend overall with Daytona going on. Of course, Supercross, World of Outlaws. A lot more of that coming up soon, though. But what were you up to this weekend?
Yeah, definitely watching all the racing that happened. But other than that, just chilling. Had a good weekend. Really not much. What about you?
Yeah, the only time I really saw you this weekend was over at Cody's on Saturday night.
That
was a fun one.
I planned to go to your party, but I was at another one. But I heard chicken wings were really good over there.
Yeah, no. Our chef E, our neighbor chef guy.
Neighbor chef guy.
He made some pretty bitchin' wings.
Yeah, always does.
And it actually fit in my diet too, which was pretty crazy. I didn't believe that.
There you go.
But it did. So I was happy about that. Went well. Daytona was fun. Pretty fun weekend overall. I mean, minus poor Diesel, Cody's dog. Having a rough night on Saturday.
That might be a story for another day, but
we have that guest coming on in a couple weeks, so we'll revisit that one. But let's roll into some racing news, Matt. World of Outlaws, NHRA both off, but we did have some dirt racing going on with the Winter Dirt Games 5 over at Bubba Raceway Park in Ocala, Florida. USAC midgets on hand, as well as the AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Car Series. In the midgets, Tyler Courtney was the name of the game down there. Sunshine from Indianapolis, Indiana, getting 2 wins over there in the 3 nights of racing. And in National Sprint Car Series, Chris Windham winning night 1, Justin Grant night 2. And CJ Leary, I want to touch on this just really quick. First win in that new team with Reinbold Racing over there in the 19AZ. Kind of relates to us because we have raced with him a little bit over there in Arizona.
Oh, okay.
Cool to see him doing well in that car. Brand new ride for him. And he got the final night. Another interesting dirt race that happened this weekend, probably the most exciting race of the weekend, was in Supercross.
Absolutely, yeah. The 7th round of the Supercross in the 250 main, we had Austin Faulkner taking that win. Justin Cooper right behind him, and Chase Sexton third. There was a 4-second margin in that one, but the really exciting race was a 450 main
with a way closer margin.
Exactly. We had Cooper Webb getting his 3rd win this year, and photo finish right next to him was Ken Roxon, and Muskin taking that 3rd place. What a photo finish. That was crazy.
Yeah, of course, Cooper Webb just getting kind of a rough start from the get-go there, but stalked his prey. I think he came out of the first corner in 8th or 7th or something like that.
Yeah.
And just picked him off one by one and made his way to the front really quick. And before he knew it, he was already up to Marvin, and then his sights were right there.
Yep, he never gave up.
Lead with Ken Roxon and making a last lap pass for that. Might I add, pretty clean, too.
Yeah, definitely paid off in the end. So
over in Daytona, though, back down to Florida, the NASCAR Gander Outdoors Truck Series saw a first-time winner this weekend with Austin Hill getting the win in the HRE Racing number 16 truck. Only 9 trucks finished that race, Matt.
Pretty crazy. How about that pit stop? Did you catch that?
I did catch that. I think it was Mike Doza.
It's okay. I've forgotten names before. We all know that. So you're allowed a couple.
I think it's Mike Doza in the 28. Came down pit road with some heavy damage. Didn't have brakes. His crew guy didn't know about it, and his jackman just got murked.
He got creamed.
It was so bad.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of funny now that we know he's pretty much okay. He did suffer a broken shoulder. Minus the broken shoulder, everything else is good.
Right.
But, shit happens.
It does, definitely.
But it was a pretty exciting race overall. I still think that the Truck Series has the best package.
A little bit more exciting than that Xfinity, that's for sure.
Yeah, the Xfinity race, another first-time winner in Michael Annett, but a lot less lead changes and a lot less exciting racing. Mm-hmm. Not even a big one happening in the Xfinity race this weekend. Michael Annett really just was able to hold everybody off. Everybody just seemed kind of scared to drop down below the top line, but it wasn't that case for the Daytona 500.
No, sir. we definitely made our picks before the race. I was last to pick, and
you were last to pick this
Pretty
weekend.
cool to see that one pay off. That was a really awesome race. Big wrecks. A lot of damage.
Yeah, my pick for our pool was Joey Logano. Of course, he came up just short. Actually having words with Michael McDowell after the race because he was upset that Michael McDowell didn't push him to the win.
Yep.
What do you think about that? Do you think a driver should be held accountable to push someone to the win?
You know, a lot more underdogs, I would say, really get left out. And, you know, everybody's kind of like fighting for themselves and they want to be up there. So it's tough. But you know who did surprise me was Matt DiBenedetto. He had an awesome race.
Yeah, Matt DiBenedetto led the most laps of his career. Prior to this, he'd only led 23 laps.
Really?
And in the Daytona 500, he led the most laps of all.
That's awesome.
With 49. So pretty much doubled his career laps led in one race. And in pretty dominating fashion. I think he was probably the fastest car all day long. Of course, getting caught up there. And the late big one with Paul Menard giving him a big push going into turn 3. And chaos kind of ensued from there. But a cool story there with Denny Hamlin, Matt.
Yep, absolutely.
Denny Hamlin. Apparently, Matt's not catching what I'm getting at.
Nope.
But Denny Hamlin, JGR, top 3 for Coach Gibbs, who just lost his son just about a month ago.
Oh, that's right.
JD Gibbs, unfortunately, did pass away. But came back to the Daytona 500, and in JD's former number that he used to drive with, the number 11, goes to victory lane with Denny Hamlin. So pretty special there. Another thing I want to touch on just really quick on the whole racing was Ross Chastain. Quick shout out to him. Completed every single lap over all 3 series this weekend. 431 laps out of 431. And finished 3rd in the Truck Series race in a pretty underfunded truck. In his Xfinity Series ride, he finished 13th in the Kulig Racing number 10. And in a very underfunded car in the Daytona 500, in the number 15 for Premium Motorsports, came home with the second ever top 10 finish for that team. So huge kudos over there to Ross Chastain for doing that. And we do have a fun show, though, today, Matt. Lots coming up.
Yep. Got another guest coming up shortly. Hasn't been interviewed yet on Wheels Up, so excited to have him here with us.
Yep, and of course that guest is Jacob Johnston, and we're going to talk to him right after this message. Quality, craftsmanship, precision. These are the words that describe Jason's Fab Shop. Call us now at 609-696-6969 to reserve your order today. Jason's Fab Shop, laying dimes since 1969.
Welcome back to Wheels Up Wednesday. We are now joined with our guest, Jacob Johnston. How's it going, man?
It's going.
Yeah?
Yep, I got bribed over here with beer.
Hey, man.
And there was no beer here. I had to bring my own, so.
But you're here. We thank you for that.
Yeah.
Hey, man, this one's not on me.
No, it's definitely on Matt.
I'm alcohol-free this month,
Yeah.
so this one's definitely more on Matt than me. But, Matt, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Me too.
I don't know who does that. But, Jacob, thank you for coming on today, dude.
Of course.
If you don't know Jacob, he is the driver of the Albuquerque Pond number 17J micro sprint and sprint car. And to top that all off, you were the 2018 Rookie of the Year for the New Mexico Motor Racing Association.
He's kind of a big deal, guys, so.
Kind of a big deal, and we're lucky enough to have him tonight. Jacob, with the whole NMMRA thing and the Rookie of the Year, it's kind of hard to be that rookie driver, I know, in the pits. What did it mean to come out on top as far as Rookie of the Year, though?
It was cool. I put a lot of work into that deal. I pretty much do everything by myself for the most part. Matt helps me out. My girlfriend helps me out. But besides that, it
Kind of a one-man show.
Yeah, I had to put a lot of work into it.
I
Glad we got it done.
Yeah, and you did it pretty well, too. I mean, you were consistent all year.
Yeah, we were in all right. Had a couple issues, but that's to be expected.
One little topple over there in Sholo.
A little bit.
Other than that, it was a pretty smooth sailing for you this year.
Yeah.
You just got back from Tulsa Shootout, too. I've never been to that event live, so I don't know too much about it as far as the total ins and outs. But for someone that hasn't been there, what is that event like? Just the atmosphere and the people and the amount of cars?
It's a big deal. There's every year, whenever you're sitting in line waiting to pull your trailer in, as soon as that garage door opens up and you pull in, it's humbling for sure. a lot of good cars there, a lot of fast people, and you have to, like, absolutely everything has to go right to even have a chance of making the show.
And you have made the show at least 1 year, right? That was last year?
Yep, we made it last year. I started 9th or 10th out there in Stocknoling. And then this year, had a really good heat race, a lucky heat race, but had some speed.
Is luck a big part of that down there?
Luck's the only thing out there, for sure, with that many cars and passing points being so critical. We were scheduled to start 9th, and by the time we actually went green after, I think, like 2 wrecks, we started 4th and ended up running 2nd in that deal. We were 2nd or 3rd in high points after the heat race. Ended up, motor started laying down like a lap to go in the heat race and blew it up coming across the line.
That's a brand new motor, too. Yep. That hurts every time.
So, ended up going to a motor that wasn't quite up to what we usually run, so kind of ended it there.
The cool thing about the Tulsa Shootout, though, and for those of you that might not know, is you can run wing and non-wing multiple times all in the same day. Is that difficult switching over like that? It can be tough, especially I usually sign up for 4 classes, both outlaw classes, both stock classes with 1 car with a stock motor. So I kind of just use the outlaw wing deal as practice. You pay an extra $100 for the entry fee to get 2 laps of practice, but it can make or break you because we had a fuel issue in all 3 of the first practices and finally got it figured out after that last one. But it definitely can be. I think our setup out there is more geared towards non-wing, so the wing stuff sometimes we struggle.
It definitely helps having so many cars out there that you do have time in between races to do whatever you need to do with the car, whether you need to transition to wing or non-wing. There might be even hours in between races. So
yeah, absolutely.
With as many shows happening in a day.
Yeah, there's a lot of racing, but there's really no in between. You're either stacked on top of each other, your 2 races, or you got a couple hours to wait in between.
Yep.
So would you consider yourself a non-wing guy then?
I think so. I love running non-wing stuff. I've been fast in wing stuff before, but I enjoy running non-wing.
Is there a reason why non-wing seems to be so predominant here in New Mexico? Because I'd almost consider myself a wing driver as far as my preference and my style. But now pretty much all I'm running is non-wing. But that seems to be the notion for everybody in New Mexico is non-wing, non-wing, non-wing. Why is that?
I just think it teaches a lot of car control, a lot of throttle control. Wing cars, sometimes you're just hammered down just using the wing to turn the car, and non-wing stuff, you really got to be able to drive the thing.
Wing pays, though.
Yeah, it does.
It's hard to deny that one. I mean, between the All-Stars and World of Outlaws, a lot of really good paying wing shows out there. Unfortunately, absolutely. I don't know why the non-wing shows don't pay that much.
I know.
It doesn't make sense because I do agree that. I mean, I love them both. I really do. I think you can have a good wing show, you can have a good non-wing show.
Yeah, absolutely.
But there's great non-wing shows that really don't pay that much to win.
Yeah,
I don't really understand that. I've never really got that. But moving on. Are you able to transfer any knowledge from the sprint car to the micro? That's something I always like to ask drivers that do the same type of thing that I do as far as the micro and the sprint car.
Yeah, I think for sure. I've always say driving a sprint car is like driving an office chair. Very lazy. And micros, they react fast. But setup-wise,
that's what I get out of it too. Just lazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But micros, you put any input into it and it's going. But definitely, setup-wise, definitely helps. It has its differences, and it took me a while to start to try to figure that out. And I'm still by no means would I say I'm there, but making strides. Yeah, for sure.
When is Coors Light going to sponsor you, dude?
Dude, I don't know. I think I paid their light bill the last couple years, so hopefully soon.
If not, dude, you have some stock in Coors Light waiting for you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's a fact.
Yep.
On the real, though, last week we had your sister on, Shelby, and she's known for her quick shotgunning skills. Do you have any bar tricks or anything like that you bring to the table?
Nope, not really. I'm good at drinking beer, and that's about it.
Just Billy Currington, pretty good at drinking beer?
Yep, just sipping on it.
I like it.
That's fair.
Not a fan of the shotguns. They always try to talk me into it, and
I noticed that. You haven't really dove into that.
No.
Is there a reason? Do you have a bad experience?
Even liquor-wise, it's hard to get them to take a shot in general.
I'll do mixers. But
mixers and that
and
strict
beer.
mixers.
Yep.
I like it. Keeps you out of trouble.
Exactly.
That's a
He might be
really
the
big
smartest
part of
one
that.
here.
Yep, exactly.
What, there's a lot of dumb shit that happens at dirt tracks. I'm sure anybody that watches this has probably seen something to do with dirt track racing, and that's kind of what this whole deal is centered around. So, Jacob, what's some of the dumbest shit you've seen at a dirt track?
There's been a lot of stuff. A good one, we were at Sholo and had a fire going in the pits. And they were trying to get cans of brake clean to explode. And I heard from someone that chain lube is very, very explosive.
Oh.
So we had a can of brake clean in there. Thing never did anything. So I'm like, someone said that. I'm like, I think I got a can in the trailer. Found it, went and threw it in. And I was walking back from the fire and that thing blew up. I didn't even get to see it. Just looked back, fireball behind me.
So this is a dumb thing you did.
Yeah, this one.
Wow.
Yeah.
When was that? I wasn't even there.
It was Sholo, I think, first NMMRA out there this year.
Okay, yeah, I think I was.
So it is confirmed chain lube is flammable and will explode.
It blew up fast. So then the best part about that is the next time I went and ran the micro, I go to grab the chain lube, and that was my last can.
Oh no!
So
nice.
Kind of screw myself over there.
You might have shit the bed on that one.
Yeah, definitely.
One thing that I did want to bring up with you while we still have you is we both got our micro careers going about the same time.
Same year.
Same time frame. What I just read going through Facebook the other night is they're going to allow a 10-year-old kid to run a full-size modified. I'm not sure what series it is. It's somewhere in the Midwest or back east or something like that. But 10 years old, getting to run a full-size car. And I know kids are getting younger and younger and younger in these classes, but do you think that 10 years old is too young? And what kind of problems do you think this brings to other drivers that are out there on track with them?
Yeah, I think the issue with that, a lot of it's going to be respect and just kind of... I mean, they can probably go drive it around the track and be fast.
Maybe
but
trust, too.
Yeah.
Like, can you trust him to
not
tear your
I
stuff
just
up?
couldn't imagine it. I really couldn't. I don't know if I could.
Yeah.
I don't like running out there with some of the 13-year-old
absolutely.
micro drivers.
Yeah.
Trying to... I mean, it's weird, too, because to me, it's not working the feeder system right.
Yeah.
You don't hear anything about go-karts anymore. Quarter midgets are damn near extinct. And now, what do you got? You got the outlaw carts, but they're almost starting to skip those, put them right into micros. And now micros are almost about to be just blown off and put them right into sprint cars or a street stock or a late model or modified.
Yeah, like in California, they run a urine restricted in a micro and go to a 305 sprint car.
I know. I think that...
It would depend how much experience they had before they got in the car at 10.
I just think that was pretty crazy to me. Because how old were you when you got started?
15.
15. So that's pretty average, I think. I think that's about the right time to get started in a micro. I think I was 13, turning 14 when I got into it. But, I got to be honest, I didn't know shit. For being out there with all those guys that were running for points or money. And a lot of times, it's one thing to make a rookie mistake, but I think it's another just to be a kid that might not have their fundamentals with them. I think me and you probably handled it okay, but there's a lot of young kids out there that I just don't think are getting the time in the lower series.
Yeah, for sure. And to learn that respect and running people clean, not tearing stuff up. So it could definitely be an issue.
Yeah. What do you think, Matt?
You put me on the spot. I was listening.
Well, we've been talking about it for about 5 minutes.
I know.
On the spot
you definitely transitioned too quick, but I was just going to say, like I said earlier, it depends on how much experience they have before they're 10 years old. Because they could be racing, smaller things like quarter midgets and work their way up. And then once they're put in the car at 10, they have some experience. But if they're 10 years old and that's the first thing they've ever done, yeah, it'd be a little on
abrupt.
edge. Yeah,
I'm sure they went through something on maybe what he had done or something. Maybe had him run the car and watch, because I think he got approved for that deal by the series, didn't he?
Yeah, I
think it's too young for
so
what
you
they...
must have read the same thing I read, right?
I saw something about it.
About that dirt modified. So I don't know. That was just a really interesting topic to me, and I wanted to get your input on that. But Jacob, really quick before we go, if people want to get caught up with what you got going on this year, how can they do that?
Probably best bet is my actual Facebook page, Jacob Johnston, my Jacob Johnston Racing page. Very, very bad at posting on that.
I feel you.
But yeah,
same.
It's probably been about a year. Not that long, but
what do you have going on this year? Do you know?
I don't really. I think I'm probably going to sell the sprint car, going to sell the micro, and I think I'm going to build a new micro. Go run. There's a couple really big money shows going on this year. There's like a 20,000 win show in Sweet Springs this year, and then a couple 10,000 win shows that we're planning on hitting. So
will we see you in Tulsa?
I'll be in Tulsa.
All right.
Always.
Very cool. Thank you for joining us today on Wheels Up Wednesday, Jacob.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it, man. Now you can go have some more of that Coors Light you brought yourself.
Yep, definitely.
Well, that's Jacob Johnston, everybody, driver of the Albuquerque Pond number 17J Micro Sprint and Sprint Car. Right after this, we'll be right back with the Wheels Up watch list and a little bit more. Quality, craftsmanship, precision. These are the words that describe Jason's Fab Shop. Call us now at 609-696-6969 to reserve your order today. Jason's Fab Shop, laying dimes since 1969. Well, Matt, great interview there with Jacob. Cool to have him on the show. Always fun talking to him. A lot of crazy stories.
Yeah, we'll have to have him back on. I know there's a lot more we didn't share, but...
Yeah, Matt told me after we'd already finished that one up that he had a lot of questions to ask.
I had a couple written down ready to shoot at him, but it's okay.
Also, side note, I've been looking for my golf clubs for about 2 weeks.
No, like 2 years. It's been a minute.
Well, I didn't care about it until about 2 weeks ago.
Dude, it's January. You gonna go hit some balls right now?
That's the best time to go.
Oh,
you don't have a Gary out there.
Low prices.
Yeah. Is it cheaper? I don't know shit about golf.
Probably. I mean, everything's dead. It's dirt.
It's not dirt. It's dead grass, but it's not dirt.
It ain't fun.
Well, it really ain't fun when you don't have clubs. And apparently my clubs are right over here at your house, so...
Yeah, I'm going to start charging rent if you don't come get them.
Can't do much. How much is that rent for the corner?
18 holes.
Oh, we're talking
in
holes.
The spring.
I was talking money.
Oh, no. How about a round of golf in the spring?
Dude, I haven't even been in like 2 years.
Yeah.
Side note, we will get to the watch list in just a second. Side note, do you remember when Dong went with us the last time?
I do. We all got push carts, right?
And yeah, we were too young to get a golf cart.
Right.
So that tells you how long it's been since we've been golfing.
No, I think we were 18, but the dude's like, nah, you got to be 21. For some reason, probably some jackweed wrecked it.
But what Dong does... Go ahead.
So we were at the top of a hill, and there's a little pond at the bottom. He's like, hey, Jason, watch this. And they're not even his clubs to start with. They're Jason's clubs.
It's Jason's mom's clubs.
Just launches the little push cart. And then halfway through the hill, he realizes... oh shit, that's going right for the lake. Chases after him.
And yeah, you can kind of guess where that one goes.
Submerged.
He didn't catch up. Dong, not best known for his sprinting.
He did get in the lake and retrieve him.
He did. He waited out there. He moved all the damn koi fish and bullfrogs out of the way, picked up those golf clubs, and finished out the final 9 like a fucking champ.
He did. That was a fun day.
And I was proud of him.
Yeah.
Well, Matt.
I'm like, what do you expect? Watch this. Is he going to end up down there where we're going to tee off? No, probably not.
No,
there's a lake right there. He knew what he was doing.
But he got his money's worth too, because he got to go swimming and golfing. We only got to golf and walk.
That's a twofer. I'm jealous.
All right, well, I guess we can go swim golfing next time.
All right, when it warms up.
That'd be impressive. Let's roll with the watch list.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah.
NASCAR Gander Outdoors Truck Series going to be back in action this weekend at Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Atlanta 200, Saturday, February 23rd, 4:30 p.m. That's on Fox Sports 1. NASCAR Xfinity Series also at Atlanta Motor Speedway, Saturday, February 23rd. That'll be before the truck race at 2 p.m. on Fox Sports 1 for the Renai 250. And that leads into Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series action for the Folds of Honor Quick Trip 500, Sunday, February 24th, 2 p.m. on Fox. And then, not this weekend, not next weekend, but here in a couple weeks, NTT, new sponsor for them, IndyCar Series action for the Grand Prix of St. Petersburg from St. Petersburg is going to be March 10th. That's a Sunday, 1 p.m. on NBC SN.
NHRA headed to Arizona Sunday, February 24th. You catch that 6 p.m. on Fox Sports 1. World of Outlaws, NOS Energy Sprint Cars, having their points race at Cotton Bowl Speedway Friday, February 22nd. Catch that on Dirt Vision. And then the East Lone Star Shootout will be at Lone Star Speedway Saturday, February 23rd, also on Dirt Vision. ARCA Menard Series, Pensacola 200, Five Flag Speedway. Catch that Saturday, March 9th at 7 p.m. on MAV TV. And Monster Energy AMA Supercross, headed to Ford Field, Detroit, Michigan, Saturday, February 23rd. The tape will be a little bit delayed at 8 p.m. That'll be on NBC SN.
Hey, that's your favorite field.
Bam!
Ford Field, baby.
Ford Field, let's get her done.
Detroit. You would live in Detroit if you could.
I would not live in Detroit.
If it wasn't a shithole,
I would visit it.
You would love Detroit.
I would visit it. I would go to the Ford Museum.
I highly recommend bringing your own bottled water.
Okay. I would not live in Detroit, though.
But kind of, you would. Like 20 years ago, you would love Detroit.
Probably.
You moving out?
Yeah.
All right. That's what I thought. Well, Matt, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you guys once again for tuning into another episode of Wheels Up Wednesday. Hey, if you guys have a guest that you'd like to see on the show, go ahead and email us. That's at wheelsupwednesdaypodcast@gmail.com. If you haven't already, click that subscribe button below, right below us there. Go ahead and leave a thumbs up as you're doing that as well. And hey, check it out. We're also on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Newly found Twitter and Instagram. That's at Wheels Up Podcast. Facebook hasn't changed. That's still Wheels Up Wednesday. But if you follow us now on Twitter and Instagram, we'll make sure to follow you back this week. For Matt Omick, though, I'm Spencer Hill. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you next Wednesday.
Oh, baby. And out.